Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the sports segment of the weekend show. I am Ayo Adams, and I'll be taking you through all the happenings in the world of sport. And I also have in the studio with me, Sam. He's an Arsenal fan who will kick it off with us in the studio today. And first of all, on the news today, we have the call-up list for the upcoming AFCON qualifiers has been updated because some players have not been released by their clubs due to COVID restrictions. The matches are supposed to hold this weekend and the next weekend. We have Nigeria playing Benin Republic 27th of March in Port Novo and the return leg 30th in the Teslim Balogun Stadium. And also CAF has approved 10,000 fans to attend that match in Lagos against Lesotho. So Sam, we spoke about this last week about the players coming back into the Super Eagles team. But now we've seen clubs refusing to release some of the players, some of the best players that we invited to come and play. What are your thoughts on that?
I am a bit disappointed because I feel I wish they could just release our whole players. I will not have excuses. And you know, there's this person is not making, this person is not making. It's going to give the coach, to me, excuse if case will fail, and well, I'm not happy about that.
For the coach now, he has to resort to going for homegrown players. We've already seen the likes of Anayo has been brought in for Sadiq Umar. So, do you think that if they bring in homegrown players into the team, is that good for the team? Can we get 3 points?
Can we be realistic? Like,
yes,
check our league. We're not doing well. And they are CAF champions. They are not doing well. So I don't think we will do well if they bring these homegrown players.
I also don't think that's because Genetro has not been a fan of homegrown players, basically. And then also, still moving on to the next news, we have Paul Onachu, who was on standby list for the call up for Eagles. He has been called back into the squad just because of what I mentioned earlier. Some of the players from their teams have not been released due to COVID restrictions. Paul Onachu is currently one of the top scorers in the world football. He's currently the top scorer in the Belgian league with 25 goals and 2 assists. So undoubtedly, he's supposed to come back into the squad. And on the third story, we have Anayo Iwuala from Eyimba has been brought in to replace Sadiq Umar of UD Almera, who has been said to be held back by his club to now come and play for the Super Eagles because of COVID restrictions. Well, we would see how the match will pan out. The 2 matches are going to happen 27th and 30th, respectively, in Port Novo and Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. If you're in Lagos, do go and give Nigeria a cheer against Lesotho. And moving on, still on Nigerian news, we're going on to the MPFL. The MPFL are now in the match day 16, where they've played some of the games, and we have 4 clubs who are tied at the top of the table. We have Nasarawa United, Kwara United, Kano Pillars, Rangers are all 27 points from 16 games. And Sam, you spoke about the MPFL. Do you think you can see them after 16 games, 27 points tied? What do you think?
Nigerian League is this: home team don't lose. You either win or draw. Then away, the best teams get to draw or once in a while win. So that's why you can just see the leagues like.
Yeah, and so you see on the screen we have the standings of the MPFL. We have the Nasarawa United are taking the lead, 27 points. Kwara United are second, still with 27 points. Kano Pillars and Rangers, also third and fourth, respectively, are also 27 points. And the last 4 we have MFM, Warri Wolves, FC Ifeanyi and Adamawa United are all the 4 teams who are red listed in the relegation zone. And moving straight into the Europa League news, we have Arsenal proceeded into the final rounds of the Europa League. Tottenham were shocked by Dynamo Zagreb, who their coach has just been jailed for fraud. And Manchester United, Paul Pogba came back to save Manchester United to go to the next round. So Sam, despite Arsenal losing at the Emirates, you still proceeded. How did you feel about the game? I
was a bit disappointed because we had chances. We had clean chances. I think Pepe missed an empty well, I feel there's this urge you have when you feel you need to win. They didn't have that urge. You just feel, okay, we're relaxed now, we're already qualified. And there's not any possibility that Olympiacos scores 3 goals in Emirates. So I felt we were just too relaxed. That was the problem.
Yeah, and moving on to Tottenham, that was the shocker of the week as Tottenham were leading 2 goals at Harry Kane, courtesy of Harry Kane in the first leg, scored 2 goals against Dynamo Zagreb at home. And all they needed to go was go back to Dynamo Zagreb and get at least 1 goal to qualify into the next round. And Mourinho kept saying, he reiterated to the players that you have to play with commitment, you have to play with passion, but they were uninspired. And I know that you're happy to see that, because you're an Arsenal fan and you're a rival, you're happy to see that Tottenham has been kicked out of the Europa League. Do you think they did not do enough? According to Mourinho was furious that they looked like a team who didn't want to come and win, but they were uninspired. Do you think they did not do enough?
First of all, I'm highly disappointed in Mourinho because a defensive Mourinho, the packing ball master, and lost 3 goals.
3 goals.
One player, not like
one player.
One player scored 3 goals. How about Mourinho?
And all came in the second.
I don't know. My problem is Mourinho is this kind of person that when they do well, it takes the
whole glory.
Now, when they do bad, it's like the player were uninspired. They didn't bring their vibe to the. No, now. You do like Atletico coach. Follow them.
Yeah.
Carry the blame.
Yeah. Still on Europa League news, we have Manchester United. They saw off AC Milan in a 1-0 defeat. A goal courtesy of Paul Pogba after he came in for Marcus Rashford in the second half. Paul Pogba has been out on injury for a long time, but that strike was beautiful to get Manchester United into the last 8 as they face Granada. And then the last 8 has been released. The final 8 of the Europa League has been released. Manchester United playing Granada and Arsenal taking on Slavia Prague. Ajax is playing Roma and Villarreal, who has our boy, thank you, playing Dynamo Zagreb in the final 8. So this is a game to win for Manchester United and us. This is the time for them. Do you think this is time? Do you think the English teams will make the finals?
Since there's no Sevilla, the cheats
of Europa League.
Since there's no Sevilla, I feel Ajax and Man U and Arsenal should be the main contenders. Although Villarreal is also doing well, so I feel those are the main teams I feel they should do it. But this Slavia Prague, I saw that Arsenal are playing. They removed Leicester, right?
Yes, they did.
And they won they qualified after beating Leicester. Those guys too are one serious underdogs I'm scared of. I'm kind of scared
well, in the Europa League, you can't really shy from any team. They always come back stronger and to play. And then we move straight into the Champions League. The Champions League has gone into the last 8. The road to Istanbul 2021 in Turkey. And we have 3 English teams, 2 German teams, 1 French team, 1 Spanish team, and 1 Portuguese team. And first of all, we go straight into the news of Manchester City, who cruised past Mönchengladbach in the round of 16. Courtesy goals from De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan in the first half. They saw off Mönchengladbach in the first 20 minutes of the game, and that made them proceed into the final 8. And as you see on your screen, you can see Kevin De Bruyne is celebrating his wonder left foot strike, as we know him for in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And then moving on into Chelsea playing Atletico Madrid. It's so shocking that Atletico Madrid did not even get 1 goal against their counterpart Chelsea. And I can see Samuel Gickley beside me here. Hakim Ziyech was the man who got the goal for the day. But N'Golo Kante was back in form for Chelsea, sprinting left and right, up and down. Even in the 94th minute, he was still running. Samuel, your thoughts on Chelsea's game?
I am highly disappointed in Atletico Madrid. Like, my best friend is a Chelsea fan. One of our presenters here, Andy Marquez, is a Chelsea fan.
Yeah,
I wanted
to
laugh these people, and then God, as in, let me use pidgin. Let's go for man like picking way in Mama Noba and Christmas. I was so disappointed. Like they were so clueless. No shot. Apart from Joao Felix. Nothing. They didn't play like a team. They just God. I was so angry.
And the most disappointing person in the game was Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez was off form, and Rudiger marshaled that game in the defense.
Like, I wonder how Chelsea did it. Like they locked them in their own half. Like they played them. That's why I love what the Guzman did. He didn't start complaining. This handball, this penalty, and they didn't give. He didn't complain. He just like the better team won, and I love that because they played rubbish, rubbish.
They totally did. And Atletico Madrid are also bottling the La Liga lead as they had 12 points ahead of Barcelona and Real Madrid in the La Liga. But now they are just 4 points behind Barcelona in La Liga. And then moving on, still on the Champions League, we have Karim Benzema came back from injury. He scored in the last weekend, and he's also scored for Real Madrid against Atalanta in the round of 16. Sergio Ramos also got a goal through a penalty, and Marcos Asensio got subbed in, and he also scored too. Well, Real Madrid are now into the last 8 of the Champions League, and they will be facing Liverpool in the last round. Now we're moving on to the final show. We're going to show you the fixtures now. We have Manchester City are going to be playing Borussia Dortmund. Erling Haaland, the second German machine, underneath Lewandowski. They're going to be playing Manchester City, and we have a repeat of a final. Yeah, Real Madrid will be playing Liverpool. Another repeat of a final. Well, Bayern will be playing PSG. Man, these are blockbuster matches. And Chelsea playing Porto. And Chelsea fans have been all over the net saying Porto is going to be a walkover. I really do not think Porto is going to be a walkover for Chelsea. But yeah, we've seen repeats of finals and blockbuster matches, action-packed matches, Sam. Which is your best favorite fixture here?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not so interested in this whole fixture because I wished they just give Chelsea Bayern. I want to see Chelsea out of this. Like, just want to see Chelsea out of Champions League. So I wished they just give Chelsea Bayern, Chelsea PSG. But now Chelsea Porto. You know, I told you this when I said I feel that would be a walkover. But you told me something, and I noticed when Chelsea are playing their mates, Porto is their mate as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. They are not too excellent, so let's see. But for Bayern, I wish Dortmund can win this Champions League. So I wish Dortmund does stroll past Man City. But I know that is going to be very hard because Man City and Bayern looks like the favourites
to win the Champions League. Well, yes, like I said, Manchester City are going to be playing. The games are going to be played 6th and 7th for the first set of legs, 13th and 14th of April for the second set of legs. Manchester City playing Dortmund, Bayern playing PSG, Real Madrid playing Liverpool, and Chelsea playing Porto. And now still moving on, we have in La Liga, the Barcelona president, Joan Laporta, has made a pledge to keep Lionel Messi in Barcelona. He said, while he was giving his inaugural speech, "My apologies, Leo, for saying this right here, right now. But you know of my love for you. Barca loves you a lot, and if the stadium will be filled when you play the next game, I'm sure you won't be able to leave." Massive, massive words. Massive words from the president. And as Barcelona fans around the world are really thrilled to see Joan Laporta take back the mantle of leadership in Barcelona, as the best things they want to happen is they want Lionel Messi to stay. I personally want Lionel Messi to stay in Barcelona. Sam, do you think Messi should stay in Barcelona?
Yeah, you're a Barca fan, so I know you will want him to stay. But the truth is, Messi has done more than enough for Barca. He should move. Look at Ronaldo. You should just let him taste this football out somewhere else, not just Barca. And for now, if you remove Messi out of Barcelona, Barcelona is like one Leicester City.
Really?
Yes, because you guys are not really exceptional. Not like before. Then we had the Suarez, the MSN, all those kind of. Now everybody's just one. Sometimes like if you're a Barca fan now, you can't just mention your first 11. They are not like these big stars anymore. Sometimes like, oh, this guy is playing for Barca now. Oh, Brain White.
But then in football, you evolve and new generations are bound to break in. Yeah. Like so yes, even the Lionel Messi came in as a young talent, and we've seen young talent in Barcelona, the likes of Pedri and Fati, Araujo, and Rui Pig. So yes, Messi should stay.
The new talent we're talking about is the top new talent, not like the Brain White. He's not going to make an Arsenal first team. He's not going to make it. So let them be top class. But at the moment, this new generation are not. Even when we're talking about new talent, we had Boyan. Boyan was a very good.
Yes, he was.
But they were the new guys coming. Just check the guys coming. Apart from Ansu Fati, who has been exceptional. You can't really mention those guys and say...
Well, you can't really mention them, but then they will have to go into the strides. Well, and then we move on. It's still in La Liga. We move on to into the next part of Spain, which is Real Madrid. And after that major move for Eden Hazard, he wanted to move so badly to Real Madrid, and he's gone to Real Madrid. I don't know if Chelsea fans have played a cost on him. I'll ask Mr. Andy after the game. But Hazard has been struck with 6 injuries, 6, since he's gotten to Real Madrid. And the recent one is a 3 to 4 weeks injury. And there's been dubbed for him to have an operation done, but the doctors advise that if Eden Hazard has that operation done on his knee, he might be looking at an early retirement from football. How do you think this was now the biggest move? You wanted to move so badly. Now, do you think that was a wrong move for him, or do you think he might still come back to be the Hazard that we once knew in Chelsea?
The thing is, Hazard, the move didn't favor him, not that because he's not a good player. I just don't.
Yeah, he's a great player.
He's a great player. All of a sudden, he added weight. I think he's not comfortable in this new environment, because if you know Hazard well, from Chelsea, you will know that this guy is good. He was not a good goal scorer, but still, you know that I feel Madrid was not just the team for him. Not that it's not.
Well, Chelsea fans will be holding their hands in their heads as Hazard should have stayed in Chelsea to help out the transition with Thomas Tuchel. Well, Hazard, we wish him quick recovery. And personally, I hope he doesn't take that surgery so he doesn't have to retire early from football. And still on football, we move to Sweden as Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who dubs himself as the god of football, has returned to the Swedish national team after retirement in the 2016 Euros. 5 years ago, Zlatan is back and he's been included in the list for the upcoming friendlies. And moving on to one of the biggest news in the world of boxing, as Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury's matches have been confirmed. 2 matches are going to hold later this year. The promoter has said that the event the venues to be hold, that the matches will hold are being listed out, such as in Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Qatar, China, America, are proposed venues for the two fights to see who will become the heavyweight champion of the world. And finally, in our news today, we move to some really, really good and soothing news. We move to golf as Tiger Woods has gone back home to recover after he had a ghastly accident. Yesterday, he praised his doctors and nurses, saying, "You've all taken such great care of me. I cannot thank you enough. I will be recovering at home and working on getting stronger every day." Tiger Woods, we're happy that he's back, and we'd love to see him back playing on the golf course, and he should stay clear of having ghastly accidents. Well, that's all I have for you today on the sports segment of the Weekend Show. Sam, thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure being here.
And stay tuned to the Weekend Show. You can follow me on my social media page at IOAdams_S. Stay tuned to us on the Weekend Show. There is more. See you next.